Hi guys, how you doing? It's Ellis and Tyler here. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to
Woo!
Facebook Live. So
Monday.
glad you're here.
Mondays have a bad rap, don't they?
TGIM. That's
right.
my mantra. God has given us another day. Let's make the most of it. It doesn't matter where it is on the calendar. We are blessed.
Take your time. We're excited just to spend some time with you. It's been a while since we've done Facebook Live. It's been busy with school starting back up, and maybe for your family, last week was the first week of school or the week before. I hope that it's going well. We'd love to hear how we can help you and how that adjusting period is. It is hard just because everything changes. The traffic patterns change, and then everything in the house changes with the sleeping schedules. So we would like to hear how you were doing.
Right. And today is actually a big day because the students at UCF are back in class today. So I know for a lot of freshmen, it can be a little scary because college is a totally different ball game than high school was.
I started out at Valencia Community College, and so I feel like it was a little bit easier transition for me.
Right.
It wasn't so big, but I know a lot of people start off at UCF. There's 60,000 people enrolled this time, so we are praying for everyone. It's a big deal. My niece Morgan, she is starting class today at UCF, and it's her very last semester ever of college, and so it's a big deal.
How exciting. Man, I can just imagine this college career will soon be over for her, and then she gets to start her working career.
Yeah. We're just going to get through the semester.
Let's take it one step at a time.
But it's so sweet. I remember her in her little pigtails in the back seat of the car, me picking her up at preschool and singing How Great Is Our God. Or no, it was Awesome God. It was Rich Mullins' Awesome God. Because we listened to the Z, and it just, it goes by fast.
Right, it really does. I can remember thinking how when I started college, I was so terrified because in high school, I was friends with everybody. I ran with the jocks. I ran with the nerds. I ran with the chess club. I ran with the track team.
Don't call them nerds. Don't call them nerds.
Nerds is like a badge of honor among nerds. I'm a nerd, I know.
All right.
So I ran in every circle. So when I started college, I'm thinking, like, I don't know anybody here. I'm scared. What am I going to do? What if I don't make friends? It was probably like being in kindergarten when you have those same concerns.
Yeah.
Got in college and realized, you know what? These are the same type of people. They're just a little bit taller.
Right.
And I still wound up making friends with everybody.
It's easy for you. It's easy for you to make friends. Our friend Primo says hello, and he wants to remind us about the school zones, which I think is so great because he said, I almost blew it the other day. It's hard to think about those places, especially if your kids aren't going to that school, to remember that that's a school zone. So be careful on the road.
Keep that in mind. Watch out for the buses, too. I don't know. It annoys me so much when I see somebody just blow by a bus when those red lights are flashing. We're just not supposed to do that. So we got to watch out for our kids.
Sandra is a school nurse, and she's catching all the colds that the kids are coming home with.
Already?
So, yeah, I guess once the kids come back, then the teachers and the nurses are the first to get it too. So we're thinking about you. I'm sorry that you have to do that, but thanks for taking care of our kids so well.
Well, we appreciate that so much. It's so cool to have so many people just watching out for our kids, whether in the nursing department or the custodial staff or the teachers or the counselors or the principals, just all these people working so hard for our kids.
I want to know how your kids are doing. I hope that it's been an easy transition. My little girl had such a hard time at the end of last year. I mean, we had to talk her into going to class. She did not want to go in. It was just separation anxiety towards the end of kindergarten. And this year, we had all of our teachers praying, and she did really well. One thing that we did that has kind of helped us with my fourth grader and my first graders, we got these little bracelets. I don't know if you can see it here. I got a lot of bracelets on.
Okay, now what's the point of the bracelet?
This bracelet, mine is pink, hot pink, and it says believe. And then Emma Grace has one that says courage. And then Ella J has one that says brave. And that way, if they're in school and they're feeling anxious or missing mommy, they can look down at their bracelet. And, it helps for me, too. Just to know in that moment, maybe mommy's thinking about me or mommy's praying for me. And so it gives us some sort of touch point. So if your kids are maybe struggling, having something that they can kind of associate with you or with God while they're away might help out. So it's been a cool thing for our family.
Oh, our friend Yen says we've got to watch out for the children that are running around. I think a lot of times you have kids, they get off the bus, they're at the bus stop. They're not adults yet, so they're not looking at the big picture, and sometimes they just run out in traffic. So, it's really up to us to watch out for them as they're just being kids.
Which would entail us getting our face out of our phones to see them, right?
Yes.
I'm guilty of that. I'm starting to look down at my phone when I'm walking down the neighborhood. It's embarrassing, actually. I'm like, oh, neighbor's by.
But
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's texting.
Oh, our friend Christine's here. She said she had a great week back
Yes, I
at
love you,
St.
Christine.
Luke's.
Her and Ella J's little girl had school together, and she misses her so much. I'm so happy that that you're watching right now. We'll have to get together sometime.
So you were talking about me. It looks like your daughters make friends easily too at school.
She does make friends easily, but
Our friend, is that Sarita? Sarita says, or is that Sanita? My eyesight is so bad. She said this past week she just put her 8-month-old in daycare, and mommy had a hard time leaving. I can imagine.
So hard.
We had not been separated before. Yeah, for the young kids, that's got to be so tough.
there's something so unnatural about dropping your kid off and leaving. I remember just coming back from maternity leave. It's just a hard, unnatural feeling. For some moms, we like to work. For other moms, it's harder. And so no matter what season you're in, just know that we're praying for you. We're talking a lot about moms who are dropping their kids off at daycare for the first time. And then moms that are, saying, kissing their college kid for their first day. It's just every season comes with its own emotional challenges.
Laura says her baby just started middle school and cried for the first time on the first day of school.
Your baby cried or you cried?
Or was it both?
Probably mommy cried.
Oh, wait a minute. She said she didn't like it. Oh, that can be a tough adjustment for some kids.
That's so hard when your kids are having a difficult time with it and you're trying to be the one that's speaking encouragement and speaking life into them. It's hard. Oh, boy.
Right. But looky there, she says that her daughter is now in her second full week of school. God's answered her prayer and things have gotten a bit smoother. Awesome.
I think that's a big part of it is just getting used to it. And we had our first week of homeschool and school this past week. And there was a lot of tears, and those were my tears. Emma Grace had some tears, but I mostly did. It's just getting used to it and getting through whenever you start a new job or anything. And so stick with it. If you're having a tough time and your kids are, just know you're not alone. Transitions are so tough.
They
sometimes.
are. Oh, my goodness. A friend of mine is here, Lou. Lou and I worked together at a radio station back in the 80s in New Jersey.
Oh, boy.
And he says, here in Medford Lakes, New Jersey, Atlantic County in the house. They say they don't start school till September 8th. I think that's something, a lot of the parts of the country, they wait till after Labor Day, and then they start school. I've always wondered why Florida starts so much earlier than everybody else.
I don't know. He said summer lives on. I don't want to hear it.
Don't worry, your time is coming.
Hey, Lou, we've got a heat index of like 142 today, so it kind of is still summer for us.
Oh, wow. Millie's here, too. She says it's important to listen about your kids every day. Let them tell you everything and just listen. Even if it's a boring story, it could be important to really listen to the details of what's going on during their day.
Millie, I love that so much. And if your kids have a hard time opening up to you, one of our friends was telling us to play that game at dinner time. What was your high? What was your low? And that way they're at least opening up about something. Someone hurt my feelings today, or Miss So-and-so made me smile when she did this. It just gets the dialogue opened up, even if they're really young. That way when they get older, it'll be easier for them to kind of talk about those rough moments. I don't know about you, but I had so many times in middle school, especially, where I felt like very isolated in my feelings, almost embarrassed to talk to my parents about something. I got bullied on the school bus one time, and it was hard for me to say anything. I finally opened up and told my older sister, and it was just so silly because my parents would have loved to help me through that. So I think as parents, it does help to be able to give them questions to get them to start talking about their day. I love that, Millie. Thank you.
Right. I love something our friend Primo said. He said, I have no other memory of being 5 years old other than my first day of kindergarten. It was special to me. So make it special to your kids as well.
I love that.
You know, I think that's something I heard recently. I think I might have heard my pastor say it. People don't always remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel.
Yes.
So just making them feel special is something they'll always remember.
It's hard when you have little ones because we're stuck in what we're going through and the emotions and our to-do list that, our little 6-year-old or, my little 9-year-old, all she knows is what she's going through. And so it takes being intentional, and I fail at it all the time, but that's such a good reminder, making sure that they feel like what they're going through is important.
We got to thank our friend Derek who came. He says his kids are starting sophomore and junior year. Derek's starting to feel old. Says he's doing great, but he's still trying to get in on the morning routine. That can be tough after the summer, just making that transition.
Now that the Olympics are over, I'm hoping to get more sleep. Seriously, I lost so much sleep watching the Olympics.
What time were you going to bed?
Producer Sierra and I would go to bed like at midnight because if it depends. If the volleyball was on, we weren't sleeping until it was over. But it's the whole thing's over now. So I'm mourning it, and I'm hoping to get more sleep. Derek, we're going to help you. We're going to keep playing awesome music for you and your family. And hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll all kind of transition into having this schedule feel more normal.
Right. And I know for you it was really tough because I know since you get up at 3 a.m.,
Yeah.
it's got to be tough going to bed at midnight.
Sleep's overrated, right?
Yeah, you say that now. Oh, I got to say hi to our friend David too. I guess he's kind of in my boat here. He says he's saddened by all the folks who don't stop for the school buses
Yeah.
or slowing down for them. He says he sees it practically every day on his way to work, and it's just a reminder that we all need to be more careful as our kids are back in school now.
I was behind a school bus the other day, and this kid was like literally doing this to me, and I was like, "Where is your mom? Like, who does that?"
I used to do that. We used to drive in the back of our family station wagon, so we would always just make faces to the driver behind us.
I was trying not to get offended, but then I was like looking around, like, is it my hair or like what? Come on.
All they want to see is your reaction.
I almost did it back to him, and I thought that's not a very good influence. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for saying hi. We appreciate you being our friend.
Nathan, thank you for saying hi too. Thanks all of you just hanging out with us today. And this is kind of cool. We're going to do this again. We're going to make this a regular thing where we just drop by and chat for a little bit. We'll try to see if we can let you know well in advance so you'll know when we're doing
And
it.
if there's something that you want to talk about or kind of discuss on Facebook Live, we would love to kind of hear your thoughts. But know as we transition into the start of the school year, whether you've got little babies or grown-up babies or you're going back to school yourself, know that we're here praying for you. We love you, and we're going to get through these transitions together.
Right. All right. Have a great day.
See ya. See ya.